W. I don't really think there's oh, of course EGC has some banger matchups. Would definitely recommend some of those. Okay, so we're gonna do this, do this. Don't think there's too much else to delay. I'm trying to think of anything else I need to do here. I have the score, I have everything. I think we're good to just start. All right, let's just begin. So we have game number 1 between 3D's Anotand facing Kasva. Today we have Anotand playing as the Ottoman Empire and Kasva as the English. This is a matchup I actually favor Ottomans in, so I definitely favor Anotand in this position. And the interesting thing is Kasva is just coming back from an AoE4 break. He has not been playing very much these past couple months, so I'm not sure how well he's going to do, and I'm not sure how much he's practiced. I know he's practiced a bit for this tournament, but I don't know how much. And Anotand also took a break, though. So he has been practicing a bit offline. I think he came back in early August, mid-August. So we'll kind of see how these two do against each other. We do see a Men-at-Arm rush coming out for Kasva, immediately sending this across the map. You know, as someone who's done this against Ottomans as English, I'm still not sure if I like it or not. The early Dark Age Men-at-Arms, it is nice to a degree, in that you can deny the military schools. So since Kasva's not going for the very, he didn't send his first 5 villagers to gather his military school, he's going to be able to deny the military schools, and Kasva's going to be forced to make an early archery range or an early stable. On the other side, Kasva can also deny the gold, which isn't the biggest deal for Ottomans, but it is annoying as well. I don't necessarily, like I said, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I do feel it's nice being able to delay the military schools and force units out of your opponent early as as Ottomans. Because in this matchup, this is how I like to play this matchup. As Ottomans, if my English opponent goes 2 town centers, which I think is not the best play for English, but again, it's I know some players do and some don't. If they go 2 TCs, as Ottomans, I love that because I can just go fast castle with 1 military school, but since this Men-at-Arm is here, it does force you to make some archers to deal with this, because otherwise you can't get the gold to age up. And Kasva's getting a decent, they're both getting a decent amount of sheep, 7 for Anotand, 7 for Kasva. Gold is going to be denied here, but he already has the gold to advance, so not the biggest deal. And then we do see, Anotand kind of scouting over here. The way I want to see Kasva play this, and I think he will, because he's typically known as an aggressive player, is I'd like to see 1 TC aggression out of Kasva here, and not a 2 town center play. I think 2 town center English, I think a lot of the top players agree, or at least some of them do, that 2 town center English right now, it doesn't feel very good. And especially against Ottomans, the reason why it doesn't feel good is because Ottomans can just fast castle, and what they'll use as their first vizier point, or at least what they should do, is the imams, however you pronounce it. You'll take 2 relics immediately. You can also take the sacred sites immediately. So you'd like take this relic, take this sacred site, either take this sacred site and then grab this relic, and then you can do like a very strong castle age timing that actually English struggles to deal with, especially when going 2 town centers. We do see an early farm from Kasva, which is a little interesting. This is something that Beastie Cutie has started to do, where he'll actually make 2 farms early. Now the difference is he doesn't do it with a Men-at-Arm rush, so it's very interesting that Kasva was making this farm despite going for a Men-at-Arms first. And I do like this from Kasva. He is denying the stone, because again, doesn't want to let him get those military schools early, wants to force him to make units. And we do see Kasva going up with the Council Hall, using his gold villagers. So far, things are pointing to a 1 town center aggression. And again, I like that. I do hope that's what Kasva does, because I actually think Ottomans kind of struggle versus that early aggression from English. Now, Anotand does have a pretty good wood line. He can, get wood here. And if you look, the only place longbows can really hit are here. They can't really hit from here, so he'd have to loop around. And a little wall, even here, is very annoying for the English player to deny, because they'd have to walk all the way around to get there. And even walling from here to here would probably be ideal. But this Men-at-Arm is in the way, so likely not going to happen. And we do see Anotand is going to be going for that stoned now. First, Sipahi is on the way. He's going back on gold with 2 villagers. And on Kasva's side, we are seeing a second farm come out. But not much else yet. No mill, which isn't surprising. You know, you don't want to spend the wood on that. But he does have a decent amount of wood for early longbows and spears here. And that men-at-arm, I think Kasva is just having this men-at-arm run around to deny maybe walling, I'm guessing. Or maybe he's just having it run around because he can. Looks like he is going to poke at the gold again here, though. Spa, he's going for this men-at-arm finally. And we are going to have the council hall finish. Now, what is Kasva going to do here? We are seeing... Okay, we are seeing a spear and longbow come out. So we are likely going to see some aggression. Looks like we are going to see some longbow spear aggression. 3 spearmen in the queue already. We have 4 villagers on stone for Anotand. So it looks like Anotand's going to not take a fast castle approach. He looks like he wants to do a bit of aggression here. Or maybe he's just expecting it from Kasva. Hard to say for sure. But we do see... I'm not sure... Yeah, okay, never mind. I was going to say, I don't think a blacksmith covers all 3, but it does. And so now we're just going to kind of see what Kasva can do. He's throwing down another farm. So he's making some units, but I don't think he's necessarily committing to like a super, super heavy feudal. At least judging by the early farms. It's hard to say, though. Again, it's so early, and this is such a... You don't really see English play like this, usually. So not entirely sure. I would like to see Anotand have his spa, you know, poking at the gold here of Kasva. I do like that it looks like that is what he's doing. He did use his first vizier point on the meter. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but... Or did he do it on the sheep, actually? I'm not sure. He might have made the meter, actually. I'm not sure. I didn't actually look and see. So, not entirely sure if this was from the vizier point. I don't think it was because of these sheep. But I might be wrong. We can look later. Actually, we can look now. He did use the meter. Okay. Alright, we see the spa kind of going around. Kasva did take his villagers off of gold and now pushing with those initial spearmen and longbows. Looks like he's going to go around here and he should be able to at least force Anotand to move more to the right. But then he pulls back. Okay, so maybe he's not entirely sure what he wants to do. Now the thing is, you know, there are 3 spahi over here. We only have a couple archers, but he only has 3 spearmen. With, you know, the amount of spahi, you know, 4 spahi plus 4 archers, that would easily hold this aggression off. But we do see reinforcements moving across. More and more longbows, so it looks like we are going to see some pretty heavy aggression from Kasva here, which is what I like. And we see more and more, you know, another archery range coming out. We do not see the second military school, which is a bit of a mistake from Anotand here. He has gathered the stone, so we should be able to take that out here shortly. Looks like he might get a longbow. Does need to run. Ooh, that's annoying losing the scout, but does take out another he's going to take out another 2 longbows here. Oh, just 1, okay. But still, it's very nice to get rid of those. And there we go, the second military school. I would have liked to have seen that second military school before the second archery range, personally, but... that is what it is. And we do see the first outpost coming up for Kasva here. This is a, obviously this is nice, get to the network of castles, and you kind of want to build the tower here and then move it forward later on, because network of castles is very strong for English. And that's why you want it, that's why we're building an outpost here is English, because it gives you that extra attack speed for all your units. I think it's 25%. I can never remember what it is. Does it say anywhere? 20% attack speed. And we do see another scout being made by Anotand. I'd like that. You know, he lost his first scout. It's always good. For those who don't do this, when you lose your scout, you should always remake it if possible, because getting vision and being able to scout your opponent is super, super important. Because now he knows, you know, he knows this army's here. He knows this outpost is here. And so he knows that Kasva's going to keep sending units. And I like what Kasva's doing here. He's making sure to send his reinforcements in a group instead of 1 by 1. Because if he sends it 1 by 1, these spahi are just going to pick off longbows as they come across. Now this 1 spear should be enough to deter it. Ooh, he is going to take out a few longbows here. Very, very nice. Definitely worth it, right? He took out 3 longbows, and he lost a Spahi, and I say a Spahi in like 3/4 for that. So, you know, 2 Spahi almost for 3 longbows probably isn't worth it actually, but and the Meter's very, very low. Meter's gonna die here. Okay, yeah, that's oh well, not if he doesn't focus it. Okay, yep, now that's a little bit more painful. Not worth the 3 longbows there. And that's the downside of losing the scout, right? He couldn't react to that in time. We do see a farm transition coming in for Kasva. He is banking a little bit of food. Doesn't look like he's going to really commit maybe too much more. He's walling as well. And yeah, he's not making any more units at the time being. Looks like he may be looking for a castle age here, whereas Anotand is... He only has his +1 ranged armor compared to... And Kasva's +1 ranged attack. So it really kind of negates the blacksmith upgrades. Although, while I say it looks like Kasva's not going to be aggressive, he is making some more units, but he's not put any villagers on gold. So at the moment, he doesn't have a way to age up. He has 500 food in the bank, so if he's planning on going castle, he needs to start putting villagers on gold. We do see 8 Spahi, most likely going to take out this scout, which again, going to be a bit annoying here. Not entirely sure yet. Oh, we do see archers coming across as well. Just really wants to get rid of this scout. Then pulls back. Okay, then says, never mind, that scout can live. Alrighty. But we see Kasva here. He's just completely sitting back right now, not doing any sort of aggression. You know, he's got 2 villagers on gold. He's almost got enough food to advance, but no point in having all that food when you don't have the gold, right? So not entirely sure what his plan is. We do see farms already coming out for Anotand. I feel like maybe he just doesn't realize, you know, it can be hard to notice sometimes what your opponent's doing, but if he scouts around, realizes the army isn't around, I would have much preferred him to take, you know, these berries and then these hunts over getting these early farms, but I mean, it's not like the end of the world or anything. He probably had extra wood anyway. Looks like Kasva is going to be going for that castle age. He's now put 11 villagers on gold. He is getting the men-at-arm upgrade, and is actually starting to add in some men-at-arms as well. And what's Anotand going to do here? Starting to put some more villagers on gold himself. So both of these players are probably looking to go to that castle age. I don't think Kasva's really going to commit any more to aggression. And he's, you know, Anotand's just going to try to raid with the Spahi. I mean, I say that, but then we have +1 ranged and men-at-arms coming out now. So maybe he is going to try to be aggressive. Maybe he's just waiting for... to get some upgrades, but again, that's a lot of villagers on gold as well. So not entirely sure what Kasva was planning here. Army-wise, we do see that Anotand is leading by a solid 17 units. Like, in a direct fight, Kasva's going to get absolutely demolished. He only has 20 archers to the 36 of Anotand. And then that doesn't include the 11 Spahi. And 8 spears is all Kasva has. So if Anotand decides to push here, Kasva might just die. Even with network of castles, this is going to be very, very hard to push, to defend, I think. We do see the MMs are out. But we'll see. It is hard to attack the English under a town center, and the reason being is because of that network of castles and the, you know, the many arrows that will pelt his army. So he probably can't kill Kasva right now, but if they take a direct engagement, I do think Kasva will lose the fight. But again, you can't underestimate this part, right? The network of castles here really kind of firing on these archers. Scout dies from Kasva. Units are pumping for Anotand at the moment. And Kasva, he does have the gold to advance, but not the food. But we do have a solid 9 men-at-arms, and those are tanky. These are very, very tanky. So this is kind of where, you know, the engagement was going to be really bad for Kasva, but those men-at-arms, you can kind of see how much they're tanking. And now it's kind of looking like, you know, this army should be pushed back. I do not think Anotand's going to be able to break this. And I actually think it was a mistake for Anotand to try. I would have much preferred if Anotand had sat back and gone Castle Age, because I think a Castle Age timing is a much scarier than this feudal timing. Now, Kasva is definitely overextending here. This is 8 Spahi on 19 longbows. These longbows are going to melt. I mean, you just see them getting absolutely devastated here. Very, definitely overextending himself, losing most of his longbows, now down to 7. And now military-wise, that's actually his whole army. He has 7 longbows, and that's it to the 42 of Anotand. Very, very scary situation for Kasva at the moment. And then we have... Ooh, a little chop through right here. Look at the spy coming in. Going to take out a villager. And Kasva wants to advance, right? We can see his food was almost enough, but he can't. There's 43 units about to be in his base. Anotand is still smashing them units through. He's going to be able to deny these 8 farms. Not enough longbows here. So should be able to clean this up. And he's going to be able to raid with this. And I think at the moment, I think Kasva's in a lot of trouble. Not sure if he's going to be able to hold this off, but we'll see. Again, like, as I've said before, it's not like there's any rams with this, so might be able to, you know, defend for now, but it's definitely not looking good for Kasva. Do see a little raid on this wood line here, you know, forced back. We just see units just streaming across. Another archery range being added. Yeah, we definitely needs it. He has 8 in Q, I think that is, and he's only on 2 archery ranges. Definitely needs a few more archery ranges here. And we'll, You know, I didn't realize this, but Anotand's only killed 2 villagers. I thought he killed more for some reason. And we do see, you know, trying to burn through here, taking a little bit of archer or arrow fire over, you know, right there. Kasva does get that wall down. And, well, look at Kasva's food per minute, 280, 250 to the 900 of Anotand. And again, we see Anotand just on all these food sources. Would not hate to see Anotand start moving to the left here, or even moving some, or taking the berries or something on the map, because he does have full map control. There's nothing Kasva can do, right, to deny that. If Anotand goes for these hunts or these berries, Kasva can't harass this in any way. It looks like, again, Kasva is going to try to get to that castle age, but even if he gets to castle age, what's he going to do? Oh, he's going to go white tower. Okay. I mean, this is going to prolong the game, but it's not like he's going to catch up economically, right? He's going to be behind economically. He's not going to have that second TC. We do see... Ooh, I don't like this landmark. I don't know... Anotand's going to go up with the instable Imperial Palace. For those who don't know... what this landmark does, this gives you 2 extra Vizier points, and I think it also increases the experience. Yeah, double the Imperial Council experience around the landmark, and increases the Vizier point by 2. I definitely prefer the Siege landmark. I think it's better in pretty much every situation, but Anotand being a little bit unorthodox here. You don't really see many players go for this landmark. So here's the thing, right? Kasva is going to be in the castle age. He is getting his veteran men-at-arms. But here's the thing. He doesn't have that second TC going for him, so he doesn't have a... So he's not going to really get ahead economically. In fact, who's going to be ahead economically is Anotand, and that's because he's going to have military schools. And while these aren't economic, you know, in terms of villagers or anything, you're getting free units here. So in reality, it is like, you know, it's an eco bonus in a way. And then he's also going to grab the relics, at least I hope so. He does have the imams, but he hasn't gone for any other relics yet. So should be grabbing those relics and sacred sites. So then he's going to be ahead on that front. And Kasva, he just has the white tower that's going to defend him and keep him alive longer. But that's about all he has going for him. And here we go. Going to go take those relics. I wonder if he's going to go for... Nope, he's not going to go for the sacred sites. And we do see a 7 men-at-arm move out for Kasva here. These shouldn't do very much. Like what Anotand can do, send his 16 Spahi and they're going to absolutely demolish these men-at-arms. And denied relic. Definitely, that's definitely annoying as an Ottoman player. You're going to go grab the relic and these random men-at-arms just deny it. Very, very annoying. And we do see 2 over here. EGC's casting, but not all the matches are going to be casted. I don't know who else is casting right now, but other people who are casting, I assume, will also be doing matches. These men-at-arms are easy cleaned up. You know, Kasva's definitely overextending himself. There's 45 archers to 23 longbows and 8 men-at-arms, and that's about it. We do see him diving on here. You know, White Tower is very, very strong. It's going to start, you know, pelting this army, force Anotand back. But what Anotand should do here is he should grab some villagers, siege workshop, make some trebuchets, take this out, and then just A-move. That's all you have to do here. Because once this is gone, and frankly, he can probably just dive this, right? Like, this White Tower, it does do a lot of damage, but Kasva does not have the military to really do anything if Anotand decides to just dive it. And I do like this from Anotand. He is taking the berries. I do like that. We do see 2 men-at-arm raid over here. Knights are out, though, so he can just send the knights to deal with this. We do see Anotand going towards the right-hand side. And Kasva has run out of gold, by the way. His next gold is right here. No, I did not get any inside access to anything. But yeah, so Kasva, his next gold is right here. And that's it. So he's going to be able to grab this relic, and that's going to be his only gold income until he regains map control. Which isn't going to happen, right? Like Anotand would really have to throw his army to allow Kasva to gather this gold. And we do see he's just diving. He says, screw it. We're just going to dive here. And Kasva's losing villagers now. Lots of villagers going down. But the thing is, you know, this is kind of a way that could potentially backfire. I don't think it will. We do see, you know, we've seen 14 villagers go down. We're just seeing Kasva's armies at 22 to the 60 of Anotand. You know, these farms are denied. More villagers going down. The only thing is I really would have liked to see a forward siege workshop here. Because we are seeing, you know, this is not a favorable trade for Anotand. Look at that military difference. He is falling very, very fast. That White Tower and Town Center doing work. These 15 longbows also doing work. And, you know, this went from a 3-to-1 military advantage to 2-to-1, right? And it's just going down more and more. And this is kind of a, this is going to be scary because Anotand is giving up his map control that he has. This is going to be held off by Kasva, but he is going to be behind by over 20 workers. So don't get me wrong, this is a way that Anotand can throw this game by doing what he just did. By throwing away all those units, that is the closest he can be to, you know, throwing the game. And I put that in quotation marks because he's still so far ahead that in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter too much yet. But what Kasva's going to be able to do now, or at least if he chooses to, is he could retake this gold now, at least for a little bit, if he decides to do so. You do see raids over here, but again, you do see, you know, the 286 food per minute. So, you know, while we are talking about how, you know, this is the way Anotand can throw the game, you can just look at the resource gathering rate for Kasva, and, you know, it's definitely not looking good. And if you look at Anotand, he's at 1,500 food per minute. Just pumping more and more units out. He's making Spahi and Knights. He's got total map control, gathering gold. The thing I would like to see from Anotand is gathering stone and dropping a keep, like a forward keep somewhere. Like, if you drop a keep here, it denies this wood line, and you can just leave some archers over here to deny this one, or to be annoying about it. Because there's no, what can Kasva do against it, right? He has no gold income, so he can't make trebuchets. He has no way to deny, he doesn't have the military to deny a forward keep. So I definitely would like that from Anotand. I'd also like him to make a forward siege workshop and just, you know, tread this stuff down so we can end the game. And, you know, we just kind of see more and more attacks. We see an outpost coming up here. More and more units pumping out. If we look at Kasva's Blacksmith, which he actually doesn't even have +2 range defense yet. He only has +1. How does Kasva come back? To be honest, the only way Kasva can come back into this game, I mean, Anotand just has to throw away his army like that again and again. Honestly, that's how he has to do it. The only way Kasva can really win this game is if Anotand, like, just suicides his army in a very bad way. Or if somehow Kasva could do, like, a huge economic raid that completely devastates Anotand, but he doesn't really have the army to do that. We just have so many units in production from Anotand that I just don't see an actual way without Anotand, like, throwing to lose this game. That's how far ahead he is. Military-wise, they look pretty even. Anotand has almost 30 more workers, and again, that's not including the military schools, the sacred sites now, well, one sacred site, and the 2 relics he's about to have. Anotand is being a little bit slow in gathering the relics, but not the end of the world. And we do see Kasva, he's going to try to move out here. Should get absolutely dumpstered. Like, this shouldn't even be a close fight, I don't think. I mean, we have 8 knights, 24 Spahi, just diving onto these, and I won't be surprised if Kasva GG's after this. Like, losing this army is going to be very, very devastating. I mean, as I said, that was a dumpster. Kasva's at 3 military, and GG is called. Game number 1 going over to Kasva. Or, sorry, to Anotand. And the resource graph kind of tells the tale. Generally, English is going to gather more food than Anotand, or generally, but he's behind by every resource except for stone. When am I playing? Unfortunately, I couldn't play the qualifiers because of vacation, so I will not be playing. Great cast played. I enjoyed. Thank you, DJ. Glad you enjoy the cast. Okay, and we'll be going into game number 2 shortly. And by shortly, we're going into it now. We'll update the scorecard here. Now, I'm not sure. I might have to swap the score, but I'm assuming... Okay, we got 3 minutes until the next game, so we have time to chill. It is a best of 5. You guys want to gamble? You know what? I support gambling. I like to gamble myself. Just make sure to do it responsibly, kids. I'll even give you guys 5 minutes. No problem, Nihav. I'm gonna try to cast every weekend. I can't promise I will, but I am going to try to cast every weekend for the EGC on the events that aren't being casted. Who's your favorite for this tournament? I mean, it's gonna be Marine Lord, right? I mean, Marine Lord is just is just so dominant. I would favor him, but I would love for Puppy or Wham to win. Those would be my go-tos. Marine Lord is messy. I mean, Marine Lord is a grinder, and he's just, he was very good at StarCraft 2. I don't remember. I didn't like when I was in StarCraft 2. I don't remember Marine Lord at all, so I didn't know. But I did look at his results, and he had a pretty good StarCraft 2 record. So, not surprised he's pretty good, or as good as he is. And then Beastie's not that far behind him. I do put Marine Lord ahead of Beastie, but not like that far behind. It's definitely, I won't be surprised. I'm not surprised when Beastie beats Marine Lord, though I favor Marine Lord every time. At least as of right now. Maybe that'll change someday, but not today. So we have an interesting matchup coming into game 2. This is Prairie, by the way. which is, for those who don't know, this is a map with small wood lines, very open map. Anotand is Mongols, Kasva's HRE. I definitely favor Anotand on this map. Tower Rush is going to be Tower Rush is more brutal on this map than almost any other map, just because of the small wood lines, and then there's going to be trade behind it as well, or at least I would hope that's how Anotand plays it. Yo, what's up, Wham? Hope you do well in your matches today. I'm sure you're going to win like 3-0 or something, but still wish you luck. All right, and we're gonna go straight into game number 2 here. We're not gonna delay anything. Game number 2. Score is on the. Oh wait, let me go into casting mode. Sorry. Score is on the right side. Perfect. All right, so we have game number 2 on Prairie. Kasva or Anotand over here as the Mongols, and then over here on the left-hand side we have Kasva as the Holy Roman Empire. Random thing, I feel, is it me? Or do you guys see pink right there? I feel like I see pink right there. But maybe that's my eyes and I'm colorblind all of a sudden, even though I've never been colorblind before. But anyway, let's go onto this map here. So, as you can see, there is a small wood line here, right? For Mongols, that's fine. But right here, 3 wood lines. Small wood lines here. What is one tower? Like, one tower here, you know, and then you have your con to make sure you can scout, denies these 3 wood lines. Very, very annoying to deal with, right? But we do see Kasva's throwing down a barracks. He realizes the threat of a tower rush, and I actually agree with this decision to go for early spearmen. Because, like I said, one tower here denies these, and even a tower, you know, back here would be annoying, denying the gold. It's just there's a lot of annoying factors with the tower rush on this map. I mean, anytime a tower rush is annoying, but on this map especially. So I do like this decision because that way he can, you know, if Anotand tries a tower rush here, he can still maintain his wood line instead of having to go all the way over here. Because as you can see out with how open this map is, like look at Anotand's position. He kind of got a worse spawn if you think about it, because once this wood line kind of shortens up, you know, and he has to go to another one, he has to go all the way down here or all the way up here. That makes raids very, very strong, because it's not like and he's Mongol, so he can't wall anyway, so you have to like build outposts and stuff to defend, and that is what makes this map a little tough here for almost every civilization, because you can't do an easy wall, right? You can't just wall from here to here and be safe, because it doesn't take long for a wood line to get depleted on this map. The other thing on this map is the straggler trees are farther from the town center than other maps. Most maps nowadays, the straggler trees are like right here, but on this map they are further along. So that is a little annoying, a little bit longer gather time, or yeah, it takes a little longer to gather because of this walking time. And we see the spearmen coming out. You know, Anotand has his first 2 spears. I'm not sure if he's scouted the barracks from Kasva yet. If he hasn't, he's about to. And how many sheep has Anotand gotten? So Anotand has only gotten 10 sheep. On this map, that's very, very low. For those who don't know, on this map in general, it is pretty normal to get 15 sheep minimum for each player. Not just one player, each player. So having only 10 is very, very low compared to what it should be. And I don't think he's going to find much more. So Kasva, for example, has at least 15 sheep. Might even be on the 17, 18 count. And we do, oh yeah, look at that. Kasva has 13 more sheep on the right side. He's going to have most of the sheep on this map, and Anotand is only going to get those 9 sheep now. And yeah, and obviously that's why Double Scout is very good on this map. I do that on this map with pretty much any civilization. Double Scout allows you to get as much sheep as you can. And so, you know, 9 sheep is, you know, it's going to suck for Anotand, right? Because what is he going to have to do? He's going to have to move on to the map to grab deer, berries. We do see some spearman aggression here. Only 4 spearmen from Kasva. He does have 3 more in the queue. Anotand is making more and more spears. And, you know, I think Kasva thought that there wasn't going to be a tower rush, and I think he just seized spear production here. I think that's why Anotand has such a spear lead. The nice thing is, though, for Kasva, Anotand's not sending a villager. He is not going for a tower rush. So these spears are annoying. Oh, but Kasva doesn't have the gold to advance, so he really can't be pushed off this gold. Oh, this is actually really, really bad for Kasva. If he doesn't get the gold to advance, he's going to just die. We see Anotand almost has the gold to advance. I think he'll be able to do it, though. I think he's going to be fine. I think Kasva just needs to gather a little bit more gold. You know, he did stop. He has stopped making spears now, probably to save for that age up. More spears on the way. And we're going to see a spear go down for Kasva here. And, you know, we have 14 spears to... 14 to 6. We only have 6 spears on Kasva's side. Those are going to die. Kasva will be able to... He doesn't want to lose his prelate, though, so hopefully he realizes that. He does have the gold to advance, so that's good. And Anotand, you know, he's still continuously... You know, Anotand's about to advance himself. And this is the thing, though. Look at all these sheep. Oh, and Anotand is aging again with that silver tree, which is what I would expect. I think not going silver tree would have been a big mistake. He's going to plot that bad boy right here, and he's going to gather that trade. And there's not much Kasva can do about it, especially in the early game. And then we do see, you know, Kasva's just, you know, using auto repair, emergency repairs to keep this alive a little bit longer, deny that bounty for as long as he can, but not much he's going to be able to do. This prelate needs to be over here inspiring these food villagers. And there we go. Kasva does have enough to advance. What's he going to age with? I would assume the Akin Chapel, but maybe he's going to be a little spicy and go the mine work. Akin Chapel. Probably would want to have the Akin Chapel a little bit. Actually, I guess it doesn't matter because this blocks it anyway. I don't know the best path. I mean, I think the Akin Chapel probably... that's a fine one, I guess. I mean, you probably could have put it up here a little bit more, but then he doesn't get the sheep, so I guess this is a good one. All right, we see Anotand advances, immediately gets veteran spears. He is taking these villagers to go take the boar. I like that. And he is starting his trade, which is what he should be doing. I'm not sure why Kasva pushed out with these spears. This was never going to work. So these spears from him are going to get dominated because these are hardened spearmen, so they have extra attack, you know, 1 extra attack and 10 extra health. Oh no, Kasva could lose this. Oh, like if Kasva loses this prelate, that's very, very like devastating, and he does. Wow, it just disappeared. It just, I guess that's what happens. God took his soul and his body. Very big mistake. That is a large mistake. I cannot emphasize how big a mistake that is from Kasva to lose that prelate there. Because now his Akin Chapel is useless. This does nothing because he has to make a prelate. But here's the problem. He only has 20 gold, so he can't make a prelate. So now he's got a useless Akin Chapel. He's not going to get inspired wood, inspired food. And Anotand here is, like I was talking about this earlier. He should have done this earlier, honestly. But now he's going to make this. Kasva has no idea this is coming. The trees block any line of sight. And there's no scout to see this. So this is going to be a very annoying tower to deal with. And now Kasva's like, in my eyes, Kasva's super far behind. He's trying to gather this gold. We don't see a stable or anything coming out for Anotand yet. I'm actually surprised he hasn't moved this landmark yet either, but I guess that's fine. 35 gold per trip, not the best. And we do see Kasva coming down here to build a tower. This tower's about to finish. We do see the first meta room coming out, and no prelate yet. I think Anotand's putting... Oh, I think Anotand's just going to go castle, I think. He's saving a lot of gold and food. Because generally you don't need 6 villagers on gold, especially since he's not making Keshiks yet. But, because you can usually rely on trade, but it looks like he is going to Looks like he ran out of food, by the way. And it looks like he is going to go for that castle age instead of maybe waiting on the trade to kick in. And here comes this outpost. This is going to be very annoying for Kasva. And Anotand doesn't have anything to deal with this outpost, by the way, so this should get up. This is up, and now this wood line is denied. First villager goes down. Does not get a second villager. And now that's 3 wood lines denied, right? He has to go all the way over here. And we have 2 Keshiks on the way. Where do you think those Keshiks are going to go? They're going to go straight for this wood line. They're going to deny. They're going to try to deny this wood. And Kasva only has 4. I mean, he has 4 spearmen. That's enough to hold off 2 Keshiks. And this outpost does get up. Now the thing is, he doesn't have enough. He doesn't have stone for arrow slits, so this outpost won't kill the first trader. It may kill a trader. I'm not sure yet. Oh, archer's coming out for Kasva now. And there we go. Finally moving along. Oh, you know, I didn't realize this. The fact this landmark's moving away, his golden food increased on that the whole time, despite the fact that it came from here. So that's actually good to know. I actually had no idea that was a thing. And that outpost does kill a trader. Three Keshiks on the way. 4 spearmen. Now I think 3 Keshiks beat 4. Actually, these are Dark Age spearmen, and they're weakened. So 4 Keshiks definitely kills 3 Dark Age spearmen, or 4 Dark Age spearmen for sure. Oh, there we go. The archery range is double stable. I actually don't like the double stable this early, and the reason I don't like it is because Anotand does not have the income at the moment to sustain 2 stable Keshik production. I do like the 2 archery ranges though. And there we go. We have 2 villager kills, 4 in total. And you know what's nice though? You know, yep, and he's already doing it. I was gonna say Anotand can just switch his marker to over here. So, not the biggest deal. He's still gonna get 71 gold, which feels nice. More Keshiks on the way. You know, soon there's gonna be archers as well. And this is where I think Achery kind of can have a hard time dealing with this, like what Anotand's doing. You know, the Keshiks plus archers, you know, you just snipe the spearmen and then Keshiks destroy, you know, kill everything else. The only thing I kind of wish Anotand was doing is I wish he was towering a bit more. And maybe he's going to once he has the archers out, but I would really like to see him to start towering here, you know, tower here. And I'd like him to take some villagers off of gold. You do not need 12 villagers on gold this early in the game, especially when you're trading. I really wish he would have only had 5 or 6. He should have 5 to 6 more villagers on wood or food somewhere else. We are going to see, you know, Kasva's smart. He does realize that trade is going to be coming this way as well. Has units over here, is going to be able to kill the trade that tries to come this way. More Keshiks trying to raid and harass, but these should get away just fine. First trade dead. Anotand immediately reacting and pulling his traders back. Kasva's pushing forward, but this is going to be cleaned up here. This is the thing. 4 Keshiks and 8 archers will easily clean this up, assuming that is where he goes. He is going to lose a second one. Keshiks forced back over here. This army should be cleaned up here. And there we go. 1 Keshik goes down, but archers taking care of these. More Keshiks on the way. This army is going to be forced back. And let's kind of see what Kasva does from here. Like right now, Kasva does have the food to advance. We do see that. So he's going to make an outpost. Looks like he is going to go Castle Age. I definitely like this. Because, well, for starters, he can grab the relics. And then he can go Knights. And that's what he wants to really do. Is he wants to go Knights. Because Knights are pretty favored versus Keshik. And what is he doing? He's going Keshik Archer. If he can get to Castle Age and sustain a good amount of Knights, he'll be able to smoke the army. He'll also be able to use the Knights to raid these traders. See his second outpost coming up here. But that's the thing. Can Kasva get to that Castle Age safely? I'm not sure. This is going to be very difficult, I feel like. And we see more and more traders on the way. You know, he only has 4 right now, but it doesn't take long for that to add up. And I believe the 5 kills from Kasva are all traders. Ragnit's coming down. I would have preferred the Ragnit's to be over here, I think. But right here's, I guess, fine as well. The reason why I would prefer here is it's a little bit more hidden. But this is very, you know, this is kind of open. Archers and Keshik here could be annoying, but military-wise, with the towers, I think Kasva's okay. And, you know, we are seeing, you know, 71 gold isn't too bad. And you're getting 7 food. Nope. This is very annoying for Kasva. He's being denied from this wood line by just a handful of archers. This does... Ooh, and Kasva did get the arrow slits and the fortified outposts. Alright, Regnitz is up now. Now here's the question. Can he grab a relic? You know, Anotand's going to be like, okay, he's Castle Age. I need to make sure he doesn't grab relics. Immediately sends a Keshik over here to make sure. And we can see on our side that there are no prelates on the map. So we know that there's no relics going to be taken yet. I am surprised Kasva didn't try for this relic a little earlier, but... Oh, there we go. This should be denied. We don't see any stables, though. So we are going to see just Castle Age men-at-arms. More villagers going down here. Khan going down. That means Kasva loses. We all know that's what that means when Khans go down. That the opponent loses. I'm up to date on my memes. Don't worry, guys. Alright, and we're seeing Kasva's army just getting absolutely, you know, killed here. These may be Castle Age men-at-arms, but Keshiks are just like early knights. They do fine versus men-at-arms, especially at low numbers. Now, if he had these 2 upgrades, these men-at-arms would do very well versus Keshiks as well, I think. This outpost is going to go down. It is not in emergency, or not in influence. 4 more villagers going down. And the thing is, Kasva has 14 villagers on gold. He does have a lot of food and gold, but he doesn't have stables. He doesn't have military production because he has no wood. He's got 82 wood and that's it. So he has no way to build a stable, and he just calls it right there. Good game is called, and Anotand takes game number 2. I mean, you can just look at the eco, right? They're very similar on food. This is because Kasva got all the sheep on the map, except for 10. And but still, Anotand's ahead. You know, he's got almost 2,000 more gold. He's got stones, obvious, and then he's got almost 3 times the amount of wood. Eco tab, you can just see how favored that is to Anotand, just because of the traders. And military-wise, just kind of a clean sweep there from... Very, you know, that match went about how I would expect. I feel like it's a very difficult matchup for, what's it called? Very difficult matchup for H3. Are they into game number 3? They are. All right, let me get you gamblers in chat taken care of. Yeah, Wham is playing today. So Anotand complete, and we'll do another prediction for you guys here. You guys got 5 minutes. Does anyone know if anyone is casting the Voldemort's games? I'm not sure. Alrighty. What's up, Evasion? The score is 2-0 Anotand. Okay, so we're on Volcanic Island. Okay, so this is our first hybrid map of the day that we're casting. You know, for those who don't know what this map is, before we see it, I'll just tell you this. Think of Volcanic Island as hideout with water. That's pretty much what the map is. So, well, obviously some early dock play. Abbasid is considered, these are two civs I would expect to see on this map. Abbasid, China, Achery. I feel like those are probably going to be the three most played civs on Volcanic Island. Yes, it is a best of 5. I will say that I probably favor... I mean, again, Kasva has not been playing as much AoE4 lately. I favor Anotand going into this. But taking that out of the equation, I think I would favor... I'm not sure what civ. I'd probably favor Abbasid anyway. Because they have cheap docks. It only costs, what is it, 75 wood for a dock, right? Yeah, 75 wood for a dock. So for the price of a dock for every other civ, you get one dock here, deep sea fish already taken. One dock here, deep sea fish already taken. And typically what you want to do here is you want to make two fish per deep sea. So he should only make 2 fishing ships for the deep sea, and that's it. He's going to should take 2 pawns pretty quickly. And then that food income is really going to bolster him. And we'll kind of see what Kasva tries to do here, right? So Kasva, now this is where the lack of practice and playing lately is probably going to hurt him. It doesn't really look like he's going to... I can't tell if he's going to go dock or not. I mean, he obviously is. He does have the 5 villagers on wood. And he did make a village, but he didn't make a mill, and he's just gathering from normal sheep. Actually, I don't know if this is standard on a water map for China. That's how little China experience I have on hybrids. But we do see, typical scouting around. Ideally, Anotand's going to want to take at least 3 docks, ideally 4 docks, so he can get 4 deep sea fish. I think that's how you want to do it. He's using that extra wood to get those 2 deep sea immediately, and this is where it kind of hurts, right? Kasva hasn't even started his first dock yet. And Anotand's already got 2 deep sea fish, or 2 fishing ships out already, or about to be. Do you have the dock on the way here? Let's kind of see what else goes on. So he's actually going to make 3. I think 3's okay as well. But I would prefer... I think 2 might have been better. I don't know the numbers specifically. I know as Rus you only make 1, which is equivalent to 2 fishing ships. Because 3 will deplete this a bit faster than you probably want. Now, yes, for those who don't know, deep sea fish do regenerate. But I think 3 deplete it faster than it can regenerate, whereas 2 doesn't. I don't know if you want 2 or 3. If Wham is still in the chat, maybe he can let us know. I don't know for sure. But second dock on the way, and we do have the first fishing ship out for Kasva. And we do see Anotand's already going for his 3rd dock here. And let's see what, is Kasva going to make a 2nd dock? I would assume so. I mean, he does have 8 villagers on wood, so he should have a 2nd dock coming soon. And 3rd dock on the way. Kasva has a 2nd here. Okay, so he's not, he's a little behind on the docks, but again, this is expected. This is where Abbasid shines. Now, here's the downside to Abbasid on these type of maps, right, is the fact that every other civ can pull villagers to advance, which means, and especially China, can advance very, very quickly. For Abbasid, you're always on that minute 45 second timer, so you have to wait that long to advance. So there could be a castle age timing potentially that Kasva could try. I don't know if it would work out or not, but there is going to be a window where it's going to take Abbasid a bit of time to advance that castle age compared to China. And that is correct. Shoreline fish do not regenerate. And castles also made 3. So 3 must be the standard then. So you guys can ignore my earlier 2 comment. You know, I haven't played a hybrid map in a long time, so I'm not as up to date on the hybrid map meta. But looks like 3 fish is how you want to do. And again, we just have... So we have 4 docks now for Anotand. I really like that. And here's the thing, right? Kasva's only on 2 docks. Don't know if he's going to make a 3rd one or not. Can't really tell, but we do see military wing coming up for Anotand. And again, this is the benefit of having those cheaper docks. So Anotand's just going to go straight to that feudal age. Imperial Palace right behind him is Kasva. And we'll see how this kind of plays out here. Now, do we think Kasva's going to make a 3rd dock, or is he just going to be satisfied? Ooh, I think this is a big mistake. Kasva made 5 fishing ships for 1 deep sea fish, and the reason why this is a big mistake is he is going to deplete this so quickly, and he's going to have 5 idle fishing ships doing absolutely nothing. And he's doing the same thing here. So I think this is actually a very big mistake. 6 fishing ships for 1 deep sea fish. So I definitely don't like this. I think it's a big mistake. He's going to deplete those really, really quickly. Now, I do believe you can send your fishing ships across here. So he could take this one. So I guess they won't be idle if he decides to do that. But I still think it's a mistake. Ooh, and we see Kasva building a dock here. Did I say castle or dock? I don't know. But there's a dock here, so he's going to make a military ship, and I don't think Anotand is aware of this. Nope, he is. Anotand is aware of this. He does scout it. So we'll see what kind of happens here. There's not much he can do about it. Another dock coming out here. This should go up because it's a China villager, but he is going to try to deny it. So Kasva going to be very annoying immediately. He's just going to go straight for the denial. You know, Anotand going to try to take out this dock most likely. And as I thought, that dock goes up. And so this is going to be, you know, probably 2, or at least I assume 2 docks that are going to be denied for Anotand. He's still going to have 2, though. So he still has 6 on deep sea fish. Kasva is going to go for making a dock here, so he could transfer 3 boats here to do that. We can already see, though, this deep sea fish is already at 400, whereas this one, for example, is at 660. Now let's see, are either player going to go for a fast castle here? I can't imagine any feudal aggression. Well, I say that, but here's Kasva making 2 archery ranges already. We don't see anything being done on this dock yet. We're not seeing naval arrow slits. We're not seeing any military ships. So Kasva, like, made these docks, but has done absolutely nothing with them yet. Oh, we see a ram being built by Anotand here. This is the benefit to being Abbasid. You don't need to research that. So you can just make 1 ram, easily clean this up. And you know, this is going to be a big mistake by Kasva. If he doesn't do anything with these docks anytime soon, and they just die, that's a waste of 300 wood that he could have spent elsewhere. Here we go, archers out on the field. He has not gone Song Dynasty yet. I didn't realize that. So Kasva is not. This is kind of a mistake from Kasva. He's not. He has the resources. There we go. Barbican of the Sun coming out, saves his dock by sending his archers, so that is taken care of. Ram taking care of this one, and you know Kasva doesn't have the resources to build any ships, so it looks like this one's going to be taken care of, and that was a waste of wood that he could have spent elsewhere. I actually don't like this Barbican of the Sun placement too much. I mean, I guess it's okay. I mean, it does its role. It does keep your gold safe, so I guess it's fine. I think ideally you'd probably want to put it over here though, to keep your food safe. But maybe it is better to do it this way. We do see a dock coming out from Anotand. Anotand did make a dock over here, so we did take those as well. And this dock went down without making a single ship. This dock's already almost, a third of its health gone, and still almost half actually, and it still hasn't produced anything. This stock is under pressure. Deep sea fish has been depleted now. I mean, it's been back to 50. And Anotand is going Castle Age. I favor Anotand's position here by a mile. I think he's in such a good position. I actually don't think I'm not sure what Kasva can do at this point. Kasva even meet a junk ship. He should have made it here. This one he should just, like, I'm not sure. Kasva definitely not playing this ideally, I think. You know, losing 2 docks and doing nothing with them is very, very annoying. And this stock is going to start burning soon, but Kasva should be able to save it. If he pulls a villager, he can send a repair. There we go. Oh, nope, that's a spearman. There's a villager. Sends a villager. I was going to say should be able to save it, but then we have a ram coming, and that ram's going to take care of that dock. This dock is also going to be taken care of. Horseman coming by. 40 seconds until Castle Age. And the Anotand's going to spam the knights. Can spam archers behind it as well. And what's Kasva going to do? You know, that goes down. Ooh, loses a spear. That spear Chad just taking care of horsemen left and right. We do see it right in the wood line. 3 villagers killed so far, at least. We see 4. Do we see 5? We should see 5. We should see 5. Come on, get that 5th one. Don't disappoint me. Okay, 5 villagers down in total. This dock has been taken care of. This dock is being rebuilt. And Castle Age has hit. As we see immediately queuing of knights. I think we should get a couple archery ranges as well. You know, to get some more archers. But I guess there is only 1 barracks here, so you can overwhelm with knights. Oh, I like this from Anotand. He's proxied 3 barracks. Didn't see this. Has golems on the way. He's going to just send them straight across the map. No hesitation here. And I mean, what's Kasva going to do from here, right? He doesn't have any. He doesn't have any Zooks. He is about to go Castle Age, so actually he should be able to get to Castle Age and start spamming out, you know, crossbows. But we'll see how well he can hold on, though. This is the benefit, as I was talking about earlier, to being China, not Abbasid, right? Is if Kasva was Abbasid, he would be completely screwed. He would have to wait 1 minute and 45 seconds. But since he's China, he's going to be Castle Age really quickly. Isn't going to be denied. And that Castle Age should be finishing here any moment now. And we have knights and golems on the way now. I mean, look at like you can just tell that how good Anotand's eco is. He has 4 barracks spamming those. He has knights on the way. You know, spears don't do anything to golems. Although that's a lot of spears. See horsemen coming in over here. More and more golems. And we see crossbows coming out, which will take care of all these units. You know, obviously he's going to need more than 2, but you know, Kasva, I do think he's going to hold this. He didn't take as much damage as I thought he was going to take. Like, he is holding. But here is the downside. He's about to be depleted on this deep sea fish. This deep sea fish still has a while to go. This one is going to be depleted here in a moment. So he's only going to have 9 fishing boats. Whereas if we look at Anotand, look at that food income. 1,300 to 900. And that's only going to, and that's about to drop a lot for Kasva. And Anotand's being smart. He's going to pull back his units. He just needs to chill for a moment. There's no reason to rush this. This is the benefit to being Abbasid, right? He can build siege as well. So he can be like, you know what? Let's build a mangonel. And that pretty much solves the crossbow issue. At least until a Springald comes out. And we see the first blacksmith coming out for Kasva. And if we look at Anotand, he's already got +2 ranged armor. So these crossbows are doing a lot less damage than they should because of that, since they don't even have any attack ranged upgrades. This dock is going to go down. You know, here's Kasva. He's now going to be like, oh, crap. There's a lot of military buildings right here. Oh, demo ship. I don't think it's going to do very much. Yeah, it barely did anything. Anotand has gotten 0 blacks or 0 House of Wisdom upgrades, and he did go with military wing, so he wants these composite bows ASAP. The composite bows gives a 33% attack speed increase to all archers for Anotand. Or when I say all archers, just archers. It doesn't affect crossbows. I don't think. Yeah, just archers, and that will allow him to take care of these units even quicker. And, you know, we can see Kasva, we see that he has 1,400 food per minute, but I have a feeling that's about to drop tremendously now that all his fishing ship eco is about to be gone, except for this right here. And what is he gonna do? What is Anotand's plan here? He's still spamming, you know, Archer Golem, which I like. I would like a Mangano, though. I would really like him to just save up resources for a moment and get Mangano. Okay, so we got Preservation of Knowledge. Is he going to get Composite Bows afterwards? Sacred Sites and Relics being taken from Anotand. Very good. He's building another mosque over here. I do like how he's playing this. And we do have Boot Camp coming in first. Okay. I think I'd rather have had... I think I would have rather got composite bows first, but this is still fine. It does give infantry plus 15 health. Or is it plus 15 or plus 15%? 15% health. And the stock's going to be denied. And that's going to be finishing here in 3, 2, 1. And let's kind of see what that goes to. 200 plus 29 health, plus 12 for the archers. Very useful, very nice. No blacksmith upgrades up for Kasva as of yet. And Kasva right now, he does have a nest of bees. That's the scary part. 2 nests of bees. But Anotand knows this is most likely the case and already has Springolds on the way. That's exactly what he needs. He wants to get about 3 Springolds because then he can one-shot these nests of bees and then he can dominate the rest of this army. Because with the amount of archers he has, you know, 23 archers, 19 golems, he should be able to easily clean this up once the nest of bees is out of the way. And what do you see? You know, Anotand has taken control of this fishing and is going to take it. Nest of bees firing. Second nest of bees is out. Only one Springold. 2 nest of bees can kill 1 Springold. I actually think this is not the fight that he wants to take at the moment. He doesn't have a way to kill these nest of bees, really. This is going to take 6 shots, which does take a while. We do see the damage that is being inflicted upon Anotand's army. You know, I think it's still going to go okay. But just not as efficiently as he'd want, right? If he had 3 Springolds, both of these are dead, and he just absolutely demolishes this fight. I mean, he still does. Anotand still won this fight pretty handily, but it could have been more one-sided. Let's just say that. The villagers pulled the repair, but now there's no meat shield, so these golems can die right on top of these. And I think we're going to see the GG here. I don't think there's any way Kasva can hold on. Anotand takes the series 3-0. In a pretty one-sided series, I would say. Again, I'm not too surprised at this result. I think this kind of is the fact that Kasva has not been playing much AoE 4. So you can kind of tell his game knowledge, you know, his game sense isn't as there. So, and you can just look at the resource tab. Anotand's ahead in every way. He was actually going to drop a keep, it looks like. I mean, he's got 3,000 more food. There's just nothing that can be done there.